Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity. Indeed, I'm the brother Allah, and I'm just gonna do somewhat of a response on the intro, but to just really the whole subject of this video is that everything else is rage bait. So, Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 29:7, many therefore have refused to lend for other man's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded. So, the gist of that reel off of Instagram was that, is people don't want to be abused at work simply, or be misused or used the wrong way and end up having to do something that wasn't in their agreement or contract at work, and have to be the person that has to do it, But we watch these kind of clips sometimes on Instagram and YouTube, and you don't want to do it for too long. In fact, I have like a timer that tells me when I've been on it for too long, and I don't like being on social media for a long time, and I don't. It's distracting and it's heavy and it's rage bait. Most of social media and most of the internet, if you're not looking to be edified, is rage bait, But I did bring that clip for a reason, because the one thing that isn't rage bait in this walk is working. And I find clips about work or, reels or shorts about work to be entertaining, or a bit of, how you say, entertainment in itself also means distraction, but it's also comedical relief. So I'm gonna go into all of my points here. That says Proverbs 14:13, even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and at the end of that mirth is heaviness. And in other translations, the NIV says, even in laughter the heart may ache, and rejoicing may end in grief. In the NLT, that Proverbs 14:13 says, laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the grief remains. So it's very true what's said, that sometimes we laugh to keep from crying, or the fact that the same things that make us laugh make us cry. And I want to touch on that note that I said that everything else is just rage bait, because it's true. Ecclesiastes 1:14, I've seen all the works that are done under the sun. See, the works. And I say that work is the only thing that really makes you joyful, really. And having something to do, having a purpose, or being able to do things with your hands, with your skill, your craft. That's the only thing in this world, in this walk, in what these people call life, because this isn't living. And the only thing that's really enjoyable, I'd say, is work. And it says, I've seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So everything is just vanity and vexation of spirit. Is meaningless. It's worthless. It's stupid. It's dumb. And that's why, sometimes you go to the job and you'll see something and you think like, dang, bro, somebody should really fix that. And you may have an unction to do it yourself, but then you realize, dang, if I do it this one time, I'm going to have to do it forever. I'm going to have to be the one that keeps doing it. It's going to fall on me, and it shouldn't fall on just me. And that's why it's vexing. Vexing means an annoyance. So I say everything is rage bait because it's true. Most of the internet, I don't like being on that, bro. You have to stay away from the shit is vexing, bro. And why is work so important? Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is telling you that man was created for one purpose only, to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. That's a work. That's an assignment. That is a given instruction, a mission, an order that requires you doing something. The whole entire purpose for your existence was for you to do something. Specifically this, all right? This is the above all commandment, of course. But the only reason anything ever exists is so that it can do something, because so that it can have a purpose, a function. You see what I'm saying? The rivers don't drink their own water, right? The sun doesn't shine for itself, right? So everything in nature does something for another purpose. The fruits don't eat, the trees don't eat their own fruit that they put out, that they hang, nothing in nature does anything for itself. So selfishness and pride are the selfishness and pride are the two most hated things. It's easy to hate people like that. The scripture talks about how pride is hateful before a man and God. This is, verbatim quoting the scripture. But yeah, I really say that everything is fucking rage bait, bro. Excuse my American. Yeah, everything is rage bait. But this is some good scriptures to get into. Sirach 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. See, if you stay on that social media too long, like I said on Instagram, I use the timer. Some of them timers, I think they may go up to even 2 hours. I shorten mine to like 15 minutes because I don't want to look at folly too long. It's offensive, or it's weird, or it's gonna piss you off. And maybe it's just me, but I don't feel as productive when I'm pissed off. And sometimes I could be very productive when I'm upset. I can be very productive because I'm working my emotions in a proper outlet, and that can happen sometimes. But you don't want to give your mind over to heaviness and afflict yourself in your own thoughts by allowing yourself to keep watching rage bait, by allowing yourself to keep looking at something and you know that it's making you very uncomfortable. Now, granted, we have to be uncomfortable sometimes for growth reasons, but not all the time. Have a balance. So verse 22, continuing on, says, the gladness of the heart is the life of a man. The joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So have some joy, have some enjoyment, have some, relief from this very depressing and very hurtful and upsetting and evil world that we are forced to endure in. But I really do mean that everything is rage bait. Your job is rage bait. Your social media is rage bait. These women are rage bait. They're all rage bait. It's just made to piss you off. So have an outlet. Go work out. Go for a run. Draw. You're an artist. Do some artwork. Write some poems. Do some artwork. Master your craft. Because guess what? All of that I just mentioned is a form of work. That's where joy is. The only reason things were created were to have a function and have a purpose and to work. That's why the only thing enjoyable is work. So, and whether that work be this spiritual work that I'm doing in the faith and in the truth and in sincerity, or whether that work be carnal works, serving the boss, Caesar, Satan. Unite USA stands for under Satan's authority. You got to pay tax and give tribute to this devil. Yes. You have to work. Man that don't work, don't eat. Work is an enjoyable thing. So, yeah. And then I did bring out this Sirach about refusing to lend, fearing to be defrauded. That goes into being afraid of beggars, being afraid of but it can kind of be used to this similar to that video, but this is more so going into like being afraid to help certain people because they don't want to get trapped in certain situations, or that the person that they may help may be not worthy of that help. But just to clarify all the scriptures I brought out, nevertheless, I hope this was edifying, and I'm going to sign out with salutations and shalom.